shit. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
I want you guys to check out this news clip, and then I'll come back with my commentary.
All new at 11, Metro Police called to an East Side motel early this morning. A pregnant woman says she was assaulted in her room.
Police are now looking for a person of interest, but it's what she told police about her background that will shock you. Our Drew Smith picks up the story near 38th and Shadeland.
The victim tells me that she invited the father of her unborn child to her hotel room to have a good time. But after several hours, things got out of control.
It was too much to drink. It was too much to drink, and it just went too far.
Had you been drinking also?
Yes.
Okay.
I had. Earlier that day.
Kianga Modupe says too much alcohol is what led to her assault.
He grabbed me. He took my clothes off. He grabbed me by my throat. I was trying to leave. He grabbed me.
Okay. See the scratches there.
He grabbed me and threw me back in the room.
She says the man then took her cell phone battery. She says she had to go to the motel lobby to call police.
I had to run to the office naked, barefooted.
But she says the person at the office would not let her use the phone, so she had to go back to her room.
The way I got away was waited for him to go to sleep.
She did manage to call police, who responded shortly before 5 a.m.
The detectives on our domestic violence unit are actively investigating us to kind of see if we can piece exactly what happened.
But there's a bizarre twist to this story.
According to the police report, it says that you have 20 children.
I do.
You have 20 children.
I have 20 children. I have 15 out my body, and I adopted 5 children. And I'm pregnant now, so this will be my 21st.
Modupe claims to be 44 years old with 15 sons and 5 daughters, including 3 sets of twins. She told me that she wants the man who assaulted her arrested.
I'm still shook up and very sore, hurt, bruised.
And concerning her unborn child, which will be her 21st, Kianga says she's going to drive herself to the hospital to get checked out tomorrow. Reporting on the East Side, Drew Smith, RTV6.
The victim says she is 3 months pregnant and believes her unborn child is a girl.
Okay, now there's so many things that are wrong with this whole incident. You know, it's crazy. The first thing is that, you know, she never mentioned in, you know, when she was interviewing with the newscast, she never said what really went down. And, you know, she mentioned that, you know, they had alcohol and, you know, things escalated and got out of hand. But what escalated? You know, she basically kind of just put it on him like he attacked you. You know, did you say anything? You know, did you assault him? And then that's when he came and assaulted you? Like, what actually happened? So that's something that is, you know, puzzling about this whole thing. Then, you know, on another end, this woman is pregnant, okay? She already has, you know, 20 children, 15 out of her body, like she said, 5 that she adopted. Now, you know, she's pregnant with another child. Why are you drinking? You know, any parent with common sense or you know, have some type of love or concern about not just, you know, their child that they're pregnant with, but their own body, would not be drinking while they're pregnant. You know, and this goes back to when I say, you know, you have to be questionable about the women and the men that you lay down with. You know, so that's an issue right there. Then, you know, I know a lot of people, you know, probably going to say, oh, she has 21 children. And let me say something. There's no law that says you cannot have 20, 30, or even 40 children. You know, we go back to the 60s. Families of 10 were common. It was common for, you know, people to create that many amount of kids. But, you know, where my issue is with her is that it's not that she has 21 kids. You know, it's the issue that you have all these baby fathers. You know, I'm sure she wasn't married to none of them. It seems like, you know, she's meeting these men out of insecurity or because, you know, she feeds that attention from the opposite sex, maybe because of issues that she has with her father, or maybe her father wasn't in her life. So a lot of women, when they grow up, you know, they have these strong urges for a man to accept them and to love them. So, you know, she's making a lot of bad mistakes, and these men are too, with laying down with these guys and, you know, creating children with no family structure. You know, you're not married to any of these guys. You're basically just popping out babies for the hell of it. You know, and this is an issue that, you know, I think is more detrimental for the black community, because we have a lot of abundance of single parenting, you know, going on within our community. And this is how it happens, you know, people being irresponsible and just sleeping with anybody, creating children, and not thinking of the repercussions that come with that. But, you know, I don't want to attack this woman for having 21 children. You know, if anything, I want to reprimand her and not necessarily attack her, but bring attention to the fact that, you know, she's creating children with no family structure. There's a lot of women out here that's doing it. Excuse me. And I don't want to put this strictly on black women, because, you know, you got a lot of people out here, the first thing they're going to say, well, you don't see white families doing this, you don't see them doing that. No, it's a lot of white families that are doing it. If the white family structure was so perfect, we wouldn't have these white women out here going out here touching these children. Every week we hear about some white woman that's molesting some kid in the classroom. Okay, white women make dumb, irresponsible decisions just like black women. The problem is that the media and those within our community strictly focus on black women, and it goes back to, you know, that Willie Lynch syndrome, that we're programmed and conditioned to ridicule our own, but we don't look at the overall picture. So, you know, I don't want to hear that bullshit about, oh, you don't see white people doing this, or white women don't do this, because white women do this. You have white men that don't take care of their responsibilities. Okay, so let's not just throw that on the black community. But this whole thing, you know, was just crazy. It shows lack of judgment, lack of responsibility. And another thing I want to talk about is she said that she ran out to the lobby butt naked asking for help, but they wouldn't let her use a phone. Now, my question is, this is a woman who's paid for a room, okay? You know, all paid up. She's a resident at your facility for the night or whatever. Why wouldn't you help this woman out? She comes running to your lobby butt naked. If this woman was to go back in that room and would have been murdered, assaulted, which obviously happened, that motel, because it wasn't a hotel, this was a motel, that motel would have been responsible for her death. And I guarantee you, she was a white woman, you know, came out running, oh my God, there's a big black Negro in my room beating me. Or just a man in general beating the shit out of her. I guarantee you she would have been able to use that phone. So the motel, they need to be reprimanded on it, because you put this woman's life in danger. All because of a simple thing like you don't want her to use a phone. What kind of bullshit is that? We're not talking about even a woman off the street, you know, that came in here butt naked trying to use it. We're talking about someone who is a resident in your motel for that night. But, you know, this whole story is crazy. You know, like I said before, you know, I'm pro-black families. You know, I think that's something that we need to really fix in our communities. We need to be more wise about the people that we lay down with and create children with. But, you know, at the same time, I saw all different angles that it was just wrongdoing, you know, within this whole situation. And, you know, it's irresponsibility, you know, all different ways. But I just want to point this out, you know, to everybody and hit it from all different angles. I don't want to blame, you know, strictly this black woman, you know, for being irresponsible. I don't want to say it's just on the black community. I know that's the first thing people are going to do. Or they're going to say, this is what the black women do. The black women do this. White women are not perfect. They do some of the same ignorant, irresponsible things that, you know, black women and black men do in our community. The problem is that nobody talks about that. They get excused, even from our own people. But, you know, hey, I mean, it's just something that we have to bring awareness to. And that's why I did this video. But you guys can give me your feedback if you want. But we got to change this. You know, we have to be more responsible with the people that we lay down with and be pro-family. Don't go around here and just sleep with anybody and create children and say, oh, yeah, that's just my baby mama, or, you know, that's just my baby daddy. Let's start creating black families, strong black families.